Oh, to be a cryptocurrency investor. I don't really know what to say. I don't know how people deal with the volatility of crypto and the way that perceptions and the way that sentiment changes on a weekly basis. But it definitely does give some excitement to anyone's portfolio. Over the last 6 months, crypto has had a bit of a torrid time, and it's kind of coming out of the last crypto bull run. We've had something called a crypto winter, which is where essentially it just trades sideways and there's no massive unexplainable growth that is kind of synonymous with crypto, I guess. The notion that crypto was a hedge against inflation was also shattered. With inflation rising, cryptocurrency prices tended to decline throughout that period of time. However, there has recently been a glimmer of hope, and it's come out of the dark news of SVB and the other banking crises in America. Over the last 5 days alone, cryptocurrency, or the two main cryptocurrencies at least, have rallied enormously, with Bitcoin up 13.2% over the last 5 days and Ethereum up 7.96%, so almost 8% throughout that same period of time. According to Decrypt, that really trustworthy publication, obviously quite trustworthy in the crypto space apparently, this is due to two main reasons. One of them being the fact that these banks have crashed and the cause that could have on the Fed's likelihood of increasing interest rates again. We've seen that as the interest rates increase to combat inflation, cryptocurrency has been impacted by this time after time. So the thought is that the Fed will be less aggressive with their rate hikes when they next meet, perhaps not increasing interest rates at all, or if anything, probably a maximum of 0.25%. This is obviously great news for cryptocurrency, and it's seen the crypto bros flock back into it in their droves. The other reason this SVB banking crisis has allegedly caused cryptocurrency to increase in value again is because of people's distrust in the monetary system. And this goes back to the whole ethos behind cryptocurrency, DeFi, and essentially online money. There seems to be a deep-rooted distrust in the government, the banking system, money, and just fiat currency really. So whenever there's even a sniff of some bad news within that area, cryptocurrency is always therefore touted as the next thing. It's touted as the way out of the status quo that we're currently in. Now, I'm not a subscriber to this theory. However, there are lots of people within the younger generation, I mean, that makes me sound incredibly old, but there are lots of people who do subscribe to this theory. And therefore, like I've said, when they get even a sniff that something's not going quite right, cryptocurrency is where all the money goes. I do think, however, it is always worth just taking stock of history and what has happened before. And in crypto, we tend to see situations where people pile a lot of money in and then it just all pulls back again, and people can lose a lot of money this way. I personally think as long as you're not investing solely in cryptocurrency and it is a very small percentage of your overall portfolio, then there's no harm in it. However, I would be very, very wary about investing my full net worth into crypto, or even anything over 20% really. It's just too volatile for me. It's not got that same kind of deep-seated, deep-rooted, fundamental value as kind of stocks and shares. But I do still have a Coinbase portfolio, and I thought today it would be interesting to share what's happened to it over the last month since we last checked in January, and see what the SVB crisis within America has done to it. So let's hop straight in and have a look. But before we hop in, actually, let's have a look at what my portfolio was worth last time. When we last had an update back in January, it was valued at £965. But of course, as we've seen, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are up substantially. And for those of you who've seen my portfolio updates in crypto before, you will know that the only two cryptocurrencies that I currently hold are Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if we hop across into Coinbase, you can see that my overall portfolio on Coinbase is currently valued at £1,255.42. So it is up almost £300 in the last month and a half or so. If we change this graph to the last month, you can see from kind of the dip that we had right down here in March the 10th. So what's that? That's only a week ago now, really. It's the 18th today. That's literally only a week ago. And I've not invested any cash into this portfolio since that time. So in 8 days, it's increased in value by over £330. It does just go to show the interest that crypto can kind of give your portfolio. Before then, if we look kind of back over here, this is where it's jumped up from. It wasn't a bit of a decline really. So since February, it's kind of declining slowly. until it had a nice big dip, and then whoa, it's grown quite fantastically. So we'll take it, but like I say, be very, very careful when investing in crypto. If we break down my holdings a little bit, you can see that, as I said, I only hold Ethereum and Bitcoin. So Ethereum, I currently hold 0.483 of a coin, so almost got half an Ethereum now, and that's got a total balance of £720. And my Bitcoin, I hold 0.023 of a coin, valued at £534. I've been investing a lot into Ethereum recently, as I've said previously. I wanted to get to that half a coin. I really want to hold one actual Ethereum coin within the next year and a half or so. So I've been slowly kind of putting more and more money into this just to try to get it to a place that I can be happy with. But overall, the crypto is doing all right at the moment, but I'm always wary of what's next around the corner. If there's regulation that's announced, if there's a little piece of bad news, if somebody tweets something on Twitter, who knows what could happen with crypto. So yeah, kind of you're in this one for the ride rather than in it to necessarily make lots and lots of money. You probably will make lots of money if you sell at the right time, but it could all come tumbling down at somebody's click of a finger. I showed you kind of the 5-day updates at the beginning of the video in these two different spaces, Ethereum and Bitcoin. But if we look at the week update in Ethereum, it's actually up 27.3%. And if we go back to Bitcoin and we check for the week again, you can see that it is again up 36%. So these are massive, massive moves in a very short period of time, which really goes back to Warren Buffett saying, be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. This is a time when people are going to push a lot of money into the market. And yes, there is the argument that cryptocurrency is undervalued at the moment from a Bitcoin and Ethereum perspective, because it did pull back substantially from all-time highs. We're still kind of less than 50% of those all-time highs. So there's still a long way to go to get back to where it was. But it is still a massive risk investing into something that has already grown 36% in the last week. And that's just my 2 cents. I don't profess to know everything there is to know about cryptocurrency, about Bitcoin, about Ethereum. I just see it as a vehicle, a asset class that I need to have within my overall portfolio for a well-rounded and diversified growth strategy. If you haven't yet signed up to Coinbase or started investing in crypto and it's something that you want to add to your portfolio, I do have a referral link for Coinbase. Not saying it's the best place to use, but if you do want to sign up using the Coinbase, you may as well get yourself some free cash as well. So if you invest into Coinbase and you invest £82.10 at the moment, you'll receive £8.21. So it's an immediate 10% return on that investment. So if you do fancy signing up, I've got a link in the description below for you to hold your cryptocurrency on there. There are of course risks that you need to be aware of in terms of crypto and in terms of holding it on an exchange. So it is of course always best to withdraw it from the exchange and hold it on cold storage somewhere, but of course that is entirely your choice. And with that, like I say, just a really simple quick update, just talking about the crypto space at the moment in terms of what's happened over the last week. My portfolio is currently valued at £1,256.48. If you've experienced the same rapid growth in your crypto portfolio over the last week or two, please do let me know in the comments below. I'll be really interested to see what your holdings are and how they've been affected with all of the news that's been coming out. If you want to check out my last cryptocurrency update, you can check that one out just over here. And if you want to check out my entire portfolio, Vanguard, Trading 212 and Coinbase, you can check that video out here, where I predict that my overall portfolio will be valued one day at over 1.2 million. I'll see you there.